Okay, now I'm gonna use the line brush and the contour shade Shadow. I could also do this with an eyeshadow color, such as Oak or Trust. And I'm gonna draw in just gonna line the bottom of my brows and the top. If you don't know how to brow map, if you don't know where your brows should start and end, ignore Lex in the background. I have a video on that, or you can just type in brow mapping. I'm sure stuff pops up on YouTube. And so once I have the line drawn, you can see where to learn where they start and end. Then I'm just gonna fill it in a little bit where they're patchy. It's natural for them to be lighter towards the front, so I try to keep that natural look and don't add as much product up there. There we go. Same thing other side, so we'll speed that up for you. Okay. Next, I'm going to brush those up with my spoolie end. They're sisters, not twins, but I do feel like that one is much lighter than the other one. I mean, it's definitely, you don't have to make it perfect. All right, so I'm gonna take my spoolie end. I'm gonna get it wet, so you can do that with water, or I'm gonna use the Stay Spray. And then I'm gonna dip into my brow wax. The brow wax doesn't work unless you activate it with something wet. So it's just some wax in here. And then I'm just gonna pick up some wax on there. So some people can skip the wax and just do it with a setting spray. And I'm just gonna brush through those. Totally optional, and I definitely skip this step most days. It's like I skip brows in general most days. All right, kids are getting ready in the background, so sorry about it. Now we're gonna do some eyeshadow. I personally tend to use the eyeshadow brush and the smudge brush. So I'm gonna grab my shadow palette. I'm gonna start with the base. Let's see, what are we gonna use on our base? Well, actually, I'm gonna start right here. So I'm gonna take my Drift. Always take Drift, and I put it right there under the arch of the brow. Make that stand out. You see from across the room. Shimmering. I do that with the smudge brush. I'm gonna take that. Well, we'll skip. I'm gonna do. I've decided I want to do Soul Mate. Take Soul Mate, which is really nice and shimmery. Do that on the inner corner. Most people do it base first, but this is what I came to. All right, take some of that in the corner. We may come back to it in a second. Now we're gonna go into Lullaby. I'm gonna keep my eye open to see what shows when my eye's open, and that's where I want to put it. In my crease. There we go. So once I have some Lullaby in my crease, and you can even pull it down under here a little bit. You need something, Cole?
Cruz.
I'm gonna get Cruz up. I'm gonna get Cruz up. All right.
It's 6:54.
My son hates to be late for school. And by late, he means not the first one there. All right. Now I'm going to go into Bend and Snap. You can tell I use it all the time. It's a beautiful shade. And that is what I'm going to tap in the center of my lid. It's got some great shimmer. Pairs really well with that Lullaby. And there we go. Okay, now I'm going to switch to the small side. You can go back into that Lullaby, or I like to use a little bit darker of a shade. I'm going to pull that and make some really subtle eyeliner. And it just kind of marries that look. I'm going to even extend it out a tiny, tiny bit. And then go into those inner corners. You can do that with the Lullaby and just do it more concentrated, or like I said, a shade darker. And there we go. Just kind of made a little greater than, less than symbol. And I switch to the fluffy side. It's empty, but I just blend it all around. Then mascara, we're ready to roll.